Why, hello everybody, and welcome to my channel once again. I am Edmund Lubawicki, and I do love Gibson guitars the most, and nothing wrong with an old Strat. But today I'm featuring this guitar, which is one that I picked up from the internet, and it's my third Takamine I've ever had, but I've never had one quite of this caliber. Okay, you can see this is a EG363SC, and it has this nice inlay in the fretboard, as you can see. Abalone. This is the wild part of it. The back of this guitar is absolutely beautiful. How it has this big strip of flame maple. I did notice that Keith Urban, I think it is, does have a line of guitars, and he did also make a guitar of his own, which I hear are quite good, that has a similar back to it. But this is really such a nice guitar. You know, it feels different. The neck is much, much heavier than most of the other Takamines I've seen. And I don't know if you can pick this up, but the rosewood fretboard is extremely thick. You know, this is a well-built guitar and very, very nice. It's appointed beautifully. And it, of course, it has nice inlay at the bottom as well. And real abalone inlaid around the sounding hole. The purpose of this guitar plays beautifully. Okay, it plays great. The electronics did not work, or at best they worked sporadically. So what I've done is I picked up a couple of things online, and one, of course, is going to be this particular setup here, okay? And what we're looking at, this is the original preamp that came with the guitar, okay? This is the original jack. These things, luckily, don't go bad too much. Takamine's equipment has these jacks, okay? Well, you're not going to see that unless I do... Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, it's an 1/8-inch stereo jack. Meaning, here we go. 3 poles, red, black, and white. The part that I needed the most, I believe, to be, is this. The pickup. Okay, I think the pickup was bad on this guitar. Let me try and get this somewhat straight. The pickup is, I need to put this phone down for a second. In fact, I am now going to put it on my music stand because I'm too lazy to get out the camera stand, especially since I'm using my phone. And this is a very nice piece that I bought from Addicted to Sound, or a name quite similar. You'd think I'd get it right. addicted to tone. Okay, so this gentleman sends you a nice cover letter, and this is a genuine Takamine pickup with the saddle. And one of the issues with all of these is right here, the soldering joint seems to get damaged, crap out, or whatever. However, this company is professional enough to tell you that when you are installing this pickup for the first time, and anytime you do install it, make sure that you do take the strings off of the guitar, as I've done, because I like this guitar and I'd like to be able to use it today. But, you know, you can see I did take the strings off of the bridge. And incidentally, one of my other videos speaks of using string pegs or string buttons that are a bit different than stock. Usually these are plastic. I got these online. These are solid rosewood, nice and dark rosewood with the abalone top, and they fit beautifully in the Takamine saddle piece, bridge. When I first got this guitar, it had all these plastic buttons that were all, one was higher than the next and whatever. I mean, I could see somebody try to fix the guitar up, but, you know, you don't just learn to do this stuff overnight. But incidentally, the gentleman I bought the pickup from says, for sure, take all the strings off. Do not get that soldering joint to the point where it's going to be bound up in any way, because you're in trouble if it does. All right, there's a little hole right there that this jack goes through. And as you're getting to the end of feeding the pickup into the slot, you have to be really careful, okay? So that's what I'm going to try and do. Because I don't feel like making a problem for myself. I guess that's one thing when you get older, you learn sort of to do it right the first time, if you could. Not always that easy. Okay, so here we are. She is being fed through the bridge. Incidentally, I oiled this bridge and the fretboard with, you can use oil like stringed instrument oil, cello oil, whatever. You could also use vegetable oil, or rather olive oil. Olive oil is a good thing to use. So this kind of requires two hands, so let me put down this light and see where I'm heading with this. Make sure it goes in nice and evenly. Reaching inside to kind of help pull it through a bit. It requires a bit of force, not a lot, a little. I have a feeling that this saddle piece is going to be too high, but I'm not going to monkey around with it. It's going to stay in here now that I got it in. And I can always adjust the truss rod and or the string nut. This is the old pickup. You know, this is the string nut that came with the guitar. It's, you know, a nice bone one. This is the old pickup, which I did repair. You know, the ground wire goes to the bar of the pickup, and then the hot leg goes through and to the actual pickup itself, which is a brass piece. And the funny thing is, it's 100% good. And it tests and all that to be good. The only problem is it doesn't work. So how nice is that? Yeah, this is the actual pickup, the brass piece, which gets soldered to the hot leg of the wire of the pickup. And then, of course, the ground goes to the metal. And it's all done correctly, but it doesn't work. So there you have it. And anyway, I have this. This is the original saddle piece that came with it. Online and YouTube, you could see that a lot of people claim there's a third piece that goes between the bridge and the saddle. And I thought, because I never had the third piece, maybe that's why it wasn't working. But now that I have the new saddle piece and pickup, I'm not going to bother taking it apart to see if it is true or not. I'd rather just leave it all intact. And then, simply enough, the wire gets fed through the nice chunk that's taken out of the Takamine here. My other Takamine guitar doesn't have any wood cut out of the side of it because it did not really come that way. You know, meaning electrically. I installed the Martin pickup that I think I mentioned once before. But, I mean, everyone knows how to put in strings, I'm sure, and string pegs and string up the guitar. So that's the stage I'm at now. I know the pickup works. The jack, of course, goes through here, like so. And this is an entirely different setup Takamine has than, you know, the Martin thin line pickups, whatever. I mean, it's not entirely different, but different enough. So you can't use like one part that's Takamine and then the rest that are Martin or Fishman or something. But these wires get fed up through the big square, and then that's cut out, and then the preamp gets obviously plugged in, you know, the 1/8 inch plug here. Yeah, the 1/8 inch stereo plug here, and then the 16th inch jack. Anyway, the larger one, the black one from the jack, goes in here. The pickup one goes into here. Be careful plugging them in. And then this baby just sits in the end of the guitar. And I know this is going to be sounding awesome when I'm done. All right, thanks. See you guys later. Bye. Oh, by the way, while you are... I speak about this Gibson, but I never showed it yet. Yeah, this is a nice Gibson Hummingbird. And to my happiness, I found out that it was much older than originally advertised. And it really is a nice one. It, let's see here if I can. Well, oh, there we go. Fantastic.